Meanwhile, for Germany, they get to live to see another day. They advance, and they will take on Spain in the semifinal. Now, Germany has never lost to Spain. However, we talked about the adversity, Jess, how going through so much has maybe lifted Germany, and we saw a new gear. Now Germany's going to have 2 players out due to red card suspension. So it's going to be Hendrich, who got the red card early in this game. She will have to serve the semifinal on red card suspension. And Nu Skin, she received a yellow card in this game, which is yellow card accumulation. She's now going to be out. So the hits keep on coming for Germany. How do you see their chances against Spain in the semi?
Oh, that's rough because you know what, they lost their captain beginning of the tournament, and then Nu Skin, honestly, she has been such a big difference maker for this German side. I really want to know how many miles she ran in today's game. I mean, she's getting in the final third. She's trying to get at the end of balls, and then she's getting behind the ball, hard tackles. And I like to call a player like Nu Skin a cleaner. You clean up the mess a little bit, you know, and I think she was a true leader out there. I think that's probably one of their biggest losses going into this next game. But so far, look where Germany has made it to. They made it into the next round at this point. And that means that they have been very well disciplined. They know exactly what they need to do as a squad, from, you know, whether if you're a game changer or, you know, a fourth string in whatever position that you're coming into the game. They have been so well disciplined as a team. They know exactly what the game plan is, and that shows what kind of depth that they have. We might just hear a nobody coming into this next game for Germany, and they might show up and show out. People are going to know who these players are at the end of the day. So I think that they've got the full package when it comes to being a team, a full team.
Yeah, I'm very curious about it. It's a different converse. Like it's just different. Like apples and oranges. We're in the knockout rounds. You know, at least I've been saying it throughout this tournament. Like the knockout rounds are that reset button to kind of switch the flip, and it's anyone's game moving forward. So what Germany did today against France might look very different from what they do against Spain. And so I'm very curious to see what it looks like. Are they going to try to clog up that midfield a little bit, try to be disruptive in maybe a similar fashion? I don't know. Maybe their strengths are the fact that they are so unpredictable a little bit in this moment because of the players that they're missing, or maybe some of the other things that they're going to have to try to, different adversities that might come up against Spain that they'll try to have to push through again. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. We'll see.
It would be very fun to look at the scouting reports for both Spain and Germany heading into this semi, because Spain is very predictable in what they do, how they want to play. They're game changers. They're not predictable in the movements that they create on the pitch, but how they execute, and their overall game plan, very predictable. Meanwhile, for Germany, it is the opposite, due to all the suspensions that we will see served, the injuries, and the rotation. I mean, if you look at how Germany finished out this game, we didn't see subs until the extra time. 98th minute is when we saw the first rotation come in, and then we saw a couple more come on just for the penalties. But that means that the 10 players that started, right, minus the one that got the red card, they're exhausted. They're exhausted, and they have to turn around. They got a week between their last game against Sweden and this quarterfinal match. Now they play again on Wednesday. So it's really like 2-3 days of rest only for this Germany team before they have to go again. And all their starters have heavy legs, not to mention they're mentally incredibly fatigued, because when you're playing down a player, your entire tactical game has changed. You're thinking so much more defensive. You're hitting hard. I mean, the physicality of this quarterfinal as well changes a lot of things. To me, Spain has the upper hand heading into this game, despite what the head-to-head record shows, that Germany has always gotten the better of Spain in these games. And considering where Spain is in this tournament and the path that they have taken to get to this point, I'll put it frankly, it's been easier than Germany's path has been. Germany has had to fight and claw and go through a lot to get to this point and advance to the semifinal. It will be very interesting to see how Germany rolls out, who starts, what formation they're in, the rotation of players, that they have to be locked in against Spain. But man, we get a good semi. Spain, Germany on Wednesday. The winner of that will take on the winner of England against Italy. Guys, it's all coming down to it. We're asking you on YouTube, the poll, the people joining us, who's going to win, Spain or Germany. 63% of you are voting for the Spaniards, the world champions, and 36% are voting for Germany. We got 100 of you voting. That's kind of a fun fact.
Nice.
Mark. Thanks for throwing that in there.
Very, very good. I love it. I mean, we'll see. I think if we're talking about what Germany has to do and how they have to beat Spain, and I think if on the Spain side of things, I love that you dropped that nugget, how maybe the history between these two teams have been more difficult for Spain to try to get through a Germany team in the past. And maybe that's going to be part of Spain's storylines throughout the remainder of this tournament, that this is their dragon that they have to slay if they want to win the Euros. They've got to kind of cast out those demons, and maybe this is all set up to see this type of showdown.
Well, considering how predictable this Euros has been so far, she says, dripping with sarcasm, let's make predictions for these semifinals. Let's do it. So Germany against Spain. Jess, who advances? And apparently you have to give us a scoreline, says producer Mark.
Okay. I really have to break this down because Spain got smacked by Japan 4-0 in the World Cup, ended up coming back and winning it. But Japan throttled them because of their transition. If Germany keeps it compact, now this is me thinking like a coach, maybe player, I don't know, player coach.
Player coach.
Yeah, Germany, they can sit back, get them on transition because Germany has that firepower to do so. So, man, okay. This is so hard. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Spain 2-1.
Ooh, good one.
Okay.
I think
I'm sweating right now. Okay. Yeah. Jeez,
no.
Lisa.
I think that's fair. I think we get 1-1 and something happens in extra time. That's what I think. And I think Spain maybe come out on top because I think they have the deeper bench in this one. So I will also say a 2-1, but it's happening in extra time. It's not happening in regulation.
Yeah, that's a really good shout, Sandra. If I'm Spain, I need this to be finished in regulation because watching how Germany has not only scored their penalties in that shootout, but how locked in and the ice in the veins of Ann-Katrin Berger, Spain has to close this out before they get to penalties. I think a part of me wants to make this high scoring, like a 3-2 to Spain. But there is just something about it that makes me think it could be really narrow, like even a one goal score line. But who wants a 1-0? So I'm going 3-2 Spain. They're going to get it done in the 90 minutes in regulation. We're not even going to go to extra time because Spain's just got to get the job done. But they are susceptible to goals being scored. Germany's going to score. So we're all going Spain, and we're all going a couple of goals.